Okay then, I'm so tired. How's it going? I am very EP. Uh, yeah, what I wanted to say about, first of all, hi. What I wanted to say about the resources. The basic idea is you you take the variables that are saved, like that you want to save long term, from the classes, like for example the player, and move them into the player resource, and then add that player resource as a or as a you know uh, brain variable. Is it variable? I think variable is the right word. As a variable to the player. So the player has the player resource, and you just reference the player resource. Uh, the main advantage of that is, of course, that resources are designed to handle saving data. And you then can also save resources inside of resources. So, for example, you could save the resource of the player and of the tasks in the resource of the game. Does it make sense? Yes, pretty much. So the resource itself doesn't actually need to know that much, like doesn't need to do a whole lot. It just needs to have the variables. At least for now. Uh, we can later work with that. But resources are mainly for knowing things, not for doing things. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. um, anyways, yeah, pretty much. So yeah, resources are really not that complex if you actually. It's weird. Godot doesn't remember that I put it in windowed mode compared to Sprite that does. So I need to rescale it at the beginning of each stream, which is fine. Just weird. Uh, To-do list. We have already cut off a lot from the to-do list because we are pretty far into developing a lot of these systems now. So we're actually starting with making stuff for the game. Like, actual game. Yeah, a lot of progress. Like, level loading works pretty fluidly now. There might be some things we still need to fix, but... overall, it works. And... yeah, now we're at the point where we could get back to making level stuff, like level gimmicks. By the way, I've been thinking about the music for the first stage. I can't wait to give you and Fringe this game. You're going to break it apart. But yeah. The plan is for us to have like crumbling platforms. And there are several ways we can go about this. We can either have platforms that break very quickly and are on a step-by-step basis, or we can make bigger platforms so you likely, if you run, you can cross them before they fall, because they are going to... It's basically a conflict versus long platform that falls relatively slow versus small platform that falls relatively fast. I would prefer small that falls relatively fast, but It might be better to do a bigger platform. But yeah, I guess that's what we should do now, sprite those platforms. Luckily, wrong folder. Luckily I already have a sprite open, so... I was thinking about that, yeah. Actually that's a very good idea. So we can just adjust it on the fly based on what we want. But for now we should make a... Yeah, very good point. Sorry, my brain is just thinking how I do this. The thing is I still have the old platform sprites from the planets back when I was working on that. But they are probably not the right size. Because you need to understand, this game has a tile size of 8 by 8. The tiles are very small compared to the tiles in the planets, which were 16 by 16. So I do still have the sprites. In fact, and they wouldn't even be too out of place. The biggest thing is they are bigger, obviously. If you compare that with the concrete tiles. That's one tile. The equivalent would be this. Which I don't mind. Again, I think we have to compromise between bigger platforms and smaller, like bigger platforms and slower falling anyways, so I don't think it's bad having them slightly bigger than the tiles. So yeah, I guess I'm just using the sprite because why no reason not to. I still stand by how it looks. Let me open... I hope this doesn't mess up the capture, but it should be fine. Let me open the planets. I haven't opened it in ages, but... how did I handle them back then? Because I still have the code, and the code worked, so like... no reason not to reuse it. Why are you animating? You can't see it, so... sorry, but... I just saw an enemy animating in... I'm not sure if I implemented them as tiles. I did. I think I'm just going to steal the sprite. Because again, it's functional. It works. So might as well use it. The biggest issue is that it might be too thick. That it doesn't look like a platform you can jump through, but we'll see. It's anyway not the biggest point right now. Assets. Open file manager. Tilesets. Where did I save it in here? I guess I make a custom folder for that interactive files. Or interactive tiles. I think that's a good name. Create new folder. Interactive. Open file manager. Enums. Enumerations. Their nodes. Actually, it depends. No. I actually, hang on. I have a. I mean, at the end, it doesn't matter, obviously, but statics. Okay, I use constants, so specifically, I use node for the name of the enum. Because enums are nodes, as far as I know. I don't know, I just know how enums work in Java. And yeah, the variables. They're classes. Yeah, they're classes like in Java. Right. Have I mentioned this? But yeah. And because the values of an enum are constants, that makes sense to make them constants then. So to answer your question, yes. My favorite answer to anything is yes. Where was I? I'm so losing my brain. This was a mistake. Okay, we added the sprites. And now we should add the tileset, which we technically already have the script. I just need to I just need to move them over. And hopefully that should just work, but it probably won't. Yeah, I figured. So now we go through the script and fix what's wrong. Also, I can close this. We have taken what we need. Crumbling floor.Godot. Instead of entity core, I called it entity. That's it. That's all there is to it. Fix dependencies. I can move it later. Tileset, interactive, crumbling, Godot. And you should choose this one. I fixed the dependencies. And now if we look at it, it's working. Perfect. That's pretty much it already. I need to add it as a style, but and again we should probably add a. I can later add the export variables. For now I'm too tired. And if it just works, I don't need to. I mean, again, I already wrote the code before. It's not much I needed to add. Like, the good thing about this is it's something I did before and I know how to do. It's just a matter of actually doing it. And now in the tile map, we need to add the tile sets, scene. No. Do I just drag this in? I forgot how I add a tile scene. Promising? It's been a year since I did it. Can I now just... something is still missing. 16 by 16. Dear God, no. Zelig, feel free to help at any moment. Oh, there we go. Now, there's of course the issue that, unlike the other tiles, this one should use... Ha. Oh joy. The thing is, they should be offset. But for now, I just want to test it. I can't even stand on it. By the way, let me just adjust something really quick. There we go. I don't know actually. The collision layers are probably wrong though, so... Collision... You should... Which one are you? You're the body. You should be... terrain. You should mask enemy... You should pretty much have all the masks this one has. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. You should only mask player, and you don't have any collision to begin with. Actually, you should probably also... Should it crumble if anything other than the player steps on it? Maybe enemies. Which, mind you, I don't even know if we have enemies at the moment, so... one thing at a time. What is this ray? Oh, that's just indicating that it's one way. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? I mean, that was completely not lining up with the grid, so... What? This doesn't do anything. So now we figured out how we do a rail. Same brain cell. Okay, maybe it's not working yet. What I find actually fascinating is I cannot ledge climb. Like, you know how I have the ability to ledge climb normally? I don't have that here. I can jump up the ledge, but I can't ledge climb. Ah, rip. I think so, dude. I think they have terrain collision. They're just one way. It's very fascinating. Why are you not triggering? Disgusting. This code is not documented at all, and I don't have any of the hints. Ah, shoot. Pretty sure I did the casing wrong. Anyways, I see. I see why. We used a different system for how we handle entities. Arguably worse, but I don't know. No, I know why we did it that way, or why selected it that way back then. The entity core is something independent of the entity, more or less, that handles most of the behavior. So instead of inheriting the entity, the player just had an entity core, which handled all the entity behavior. Which explains why yeah. Now, the interesting question is, can I walk over this? I can. So, this is where we add the script, or added the script to add export variables. Timer equals crumble timer. By default, it's 0.5, but we're probably going to lower it for this. And instead of using 0.5, we use crumble timer. We can also have a reappear timer, but I think 3 is fine for that. So let's try 0.25. Can I still walk over it? Because that's in the end our goal. Right. Still not fast enough. 0.1? Not 0.05. Oh, that was weird. Barely still. Not 0.01. Wrong scene. We have two very interesting problems here. The thing is, it needs to be faster than we can walk. Let me actually do that in the test scene. Rumble. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be kinda nice, wouldn't it? Would be kinda nice. I'm just doing something that I can get up here, because what I actually want is to have space to test this. Um. And this is going to be tricky, since they don't align currently. Yeah. Fine. Oh. I think because they are overlapping. I think I can walk on them because they are overlapping. So I should probably remove overlapping ones. Which is also good to know that I can do that, but... Okay. Let's try this again. I need more space to get a running start. Or I should implement short boosting. But that's an issue for another time. Tile map. Yeah, this should be fine. And then I add a bit longer of a runway. Tile map. For testing purposes, that should be fine. So... Nice. Exactly what I wanted. I'm actually kinda curious. Why can't you ledge climb there? Not ledge climb. Step up. Because we have that step up mechanic when you're running that you automatically take a step. Why can't you take a step here? And I think it might be because the step is too low. Yeah, the step is too low. I still need to fix slopes at some point. The thing is the raycast that checks if you can step is that one. Where the leg goes. Which makes sense. That's your step height. I just never I just never thought about it. But that's fine. We should never have a situation where the step height is less than one tile once we fix the alignment. The easiest way would of course be to just move the tile here. Like, this should fix it already? Maybe, maybe like this? Maybe the other way around. So, something like that? Not quite. Uh, uh, um... Just like this? This is probably just me shuffling this around like 5,000 times. Nope. We are so close. 8... No. 4. 4 to the left and 4 down. Hey! Took way too long, but we got there in the end. Like, it's a bit awkward that it's always on the left side of the tile, but I rather have it be on the left side and then, like, adjust it. Next. Next. We need 2 Raycars. Raycast. And they don't need to go far. In fact, they can just stay right here. 1 tile out. Ray left. And another ray. Raycast right. Why are we doing this? Chat, why are we doing this? You can probably figure it out. You only need to collide with terrain. Ray left. Add on ready. Add on ready. Ray right. I'm ready. If Ray dot collide with bodies? I don't actually know which method I should use here. When it collides with... what do I use in player? Instead of trying to solve this the hard way. Idle is colliding. Ray. That is sprite. I don't have sprite to the yet. Ready. Ready variable. Yo, Fringe. Glad to hear you're alive. I'm tired. Which probably makes two of us. Actually, 3 of us. Silic is also tired, I think. Sprite start. Well, good for you. I mean, you can be, but I can't make a statement about that. I know Fringe talked about having trouble with their sleep schedule not too long ago. And I know you too, but that's been a bit longer. um... Where was I? Preload. Do I preload this? Crumbling floor. If not colliding with... I just realized they collide with them, with each other. Ah. Well, then you are allowed to be tired too. My bad. I actually need to move these down a bit. Why I need to move them down? So they don't collide with the other platforms. That is actually an issue that can happen. Since they are all terrain. If else it's sprite. Crumbling floor left. L if I should write a statement for that. Ray right dot is colliding. We know at this point it can only face to the right. Crumbling floor. Else sprite dot texture equals preload. Crumbling floor middle. What this should do, in theory, is that... Do I need to update the tiles? Why do they not have the race? Have you posted that anywhere yet? I'm having a little bit of a cold, which is weird because it's actually not that cold. But, oh, I see. I liked the bard outfit. I wasn't sure how I do it at the beginning, but I really like how it turned out. You probably noticed they are all inspired by D&D's characters, so like Since I wanted to go with the classes the game has, like the boss fights have for stream avatars, and was like, I can probably vaguely take inspiration from D&D for that. And well, it did work, so... heck yeah. Does this work? No. But I can see the race now. So why is it not working? You should be colliding with terrain. Hit from... I should maybe activate hit from inside. We had the same issue with the player spawning. Wrong scene. It is colliding, but it isn't updating. Why? Why you no update? Well, that... Yeah, I stole my old code. Actually, let me add that as a note. I mean, they should extend far enough. In fact, I saw them colliding. It's very difficult to see on stream, probably. But if you see there's a very small red dot. That's a raycast colliding. Also, we still need to fix that. When does the elif code get called? Good question. In ready. Oh, I know why. I know why. Order of operations. We can't play the idle animation before. No. I don't want to call it in process. French, we have been thinking about it. I definitely want to do that, I just need to figure out how. But that's a problem for later. I am actually kinda curious. No, we're testing that later. But I have an idea what I would want to try with that. Because I don't actually know if it preserves speed or not. It shouldn't currently, but I'm curious if it does anyways. So this isn't working. I could put it in update, but like in process, but Yeah. Seems like it is. So I guess the solution then is... Yeah. I mean, I figured it would be a timing issue. Where do we actually put this? And I have a idea. Choose variant. Yeah, I was thinking making this a... like ripping it out into its own function and then just calling that function deferred. Choose variant.call. Call. Jeebus. So hopefully this should work. And it doesn't. Great. I'll think about it for a second, take a quick break. Alrighty, adds render course, wrong scene. I have no idea what is going on. No, not asset library. I What if we just ray left dot what was the player. Maybe if we force them to update. If we just call them update. I mean, we technically can do that too. There's await get 3 process frame. Select probably knows it better than I do. But there's something you can do to do that. But yeah, I think it's easy enough if we just force raycast update here. So we just tell the race, yeah, by the way, you should update. And it doesn't work. It's actually weird. It collides, so the raycasts are working. The fuck is happening at this wall? I haven't had this happen with any other wall. No, I gotta test this. No! Doesn't happen here. I don't think so. I don't think that's the issue. Because for the player there's no difference between these tiles. I get what you mean, but... Oh dear god, we maintain speed when we do this. Oh, that's the weird part. We don't maintain speed, but we maintain the speed effect. Which looks trippy AF, by the way. Things are going wrong. And the worst part is I'm not losing this effect anymore. Because there's no condition written in that makes me lose the effect. I did lose it now because I wall jumped. That's interesting. I know why it happens, but... Why is this happening? What is wrong with this corner? Because that's the thing. This corner's the same. It's basically the same. Like, that's my point. There's nothing wrong with this corner. This corner should behave like it's behaving as it should. It's just a regular corner. Which... I don't know. You can refuse to... I mean, I don't believe it either, seeing this. I mean, I don't know what's... One problem at a time. We can take care of that corner later. I'll add it to the to-do list. Um... No. Add a variable. If... True. I have zero interest in figuring out why this is not working. If corner updated or I can just, if not. I have no idea what's happening here, to be honest. But it's working when I do it in process. God damn it! This corner. I just don't understand what's going wrong there. Because this is not a Godot specific problem. Because this is a very specific state I have... Why do you just randomly work? By the way, this glitch is fascinating. And I'm guaranteed at some point it's going to appear in the... Like, there's no way I'm going to fix this glitch. I'm going to prevent it from happening, but there's no way I'm fixing this glitch that causes this tripping effect. I can't wait for some weird speedrun tech that uses this pseudo speed state for something. Honestly, kinda serious with that. Like, I would genuinely be excited to see what a speedrun community could do with a pseudo speed state. Camera? Why is my camera not working? I mean, the trigger is two ways. I wouldn't need a trigger that... Unless I messed up the code. In which case... Oh, I'm a moron. That's the issue. Why does switching to limit A never work? Forward, trigger effect backward. Backwards. There. I am moron. It's actually funny because I know why the issue happened. Because I'm pretty sure I copied the script from the loading zone, in which case it doesn't matter in which direction you go through it. But of course, for the camera trigger, it doesn't matter in which direction you go through. So area trigger should have an effect for both. Trigger effect. Forward. Because of... It's... If I don't override it, it doesn't matter that I don't have that function. Backwards. And that we do specifically if... Actually, I can just copy this from here. Trigger... Body. Yeah, like that. And the same for the others as well. But who would have thunk it? If I don't call the code that makes the code do the thing that I wanted to do, it doesn't do the thing. Trigger effect backwards body. I wrote that code last week. At least it's an easy fix. Like, it's not anything difficult or anything, but like, man, do I feel stupid. Tired gang. And of course I didn't notice because here it doesn't matter. God damn it! This is such a specific trick too. Because you need to fall off a platform like this right on the frame as you would get the speed booster. Yeah, the camera's working now again. Exactly. I'm actually... Part of me wants to keep that glitch, but also, like, it's causing other issues with the ledge grab. So, like... But I guess that answers at least my question. Do we maintain the speed booster if we ledge grab a semi-solid platform like that? The answer is yesn't. Which is not the answer I expected to get. But it is apparently the answer I got. So, next question. How do we prevent the player from... Yeah, it's... I get why it happens. Because the ledge grab state doesn't have any... How do I say this? Yeah, basically we have a specific animation state for the speed booster. In fact, the variable in question is this one. The thing is, I want to not... I don't want to exit in every state out of the running state and enter it again if I need to. Because there are several disadvantages for it, but one of it is that I want to keep track how often the player loses the speed booster throughout the playthrough. So I can reward them for not losing it. But I might just bite the bullet and make us a second variable. I say bite the bullet, it's not really difficult, it's just going to be a pain adding that variable everywhere. But that's a later problem. That's a way later problem. That's like once we figured out the basic game. But yeah. I guess we should fix now that the player can grab onto the... crumble time. Crumble. Which... Best way to fix it is in the ledge grab state, I think. Entities, player states, ledge grab. Not this code again. So... I guess what I should do is... if entity dot ledge grab ray dot. How can I find what a ray is colliding with? Dot get collider. But what does it collide with? Let's first answer that question. Let's not worry about how we fix it for now. Let's just find out what we're actually grabbing onto. Static body 2D. A static body 2D. So we're grabbing onto this. Good. That means we know. That's a lot of info already. That means we can ask if that dot get parent is are crumbling tiles a class? Not yet. Now they are. It's weird making that a class. Wait. Am I doing this wrong? Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Class name. So that changes a little bit. First of all, I need to capitalize stuff now. Don't you love it when you have to capitalize stuff? I love capitalization. Crumbling tile. Since it's now a class, so. What it means is that in ledge grab, we can now check if the parent of that static body is a crumbling tile. If that's the case, we just exit. Exit into fall. And I think that should do it. There were a lot of things wrong with that. A lot of things went wrong there. Okay. There we go. Now you can't grab onto it anymore. Which, you know, a shame, but better than the alternative. Anyways. Yeah, those are working now. And I have learned another thing. I need a little bit more space here. Just a tiny bit more space. So don't mind me while I remove these. And remove these. And move this entire thing. And yeah. Why do you suddenly need more space? Anyways. In theory, that should be enough. With heavy emphasis on in theory. Ah, fuck. And now you all move together. Zenjin. Sometimes I... What is the 250? Ah, but that's in relative coordinates. I hate this. Anyways, now that I figured that out, in theory, we should now be able to speed boost over this. Yeah. Not even a challenge. But of course we don't have the speed booster when we get to this level, so... Instead we just kind of fall. Great, this is working. I'm not sure. You can. There. Yeah, I was thinking lowering the roof is probably the best solution. Wrong layer. I didn't add the second layer here. Aren't you the same time map as this one? Shouldn't you have the same layer? Never mind. So, what's the index of the layer here? -1. So... yeah, that was what I was thinking, yeah. That you use the speed, like, that you drop down to where you get the speed booster. And then... because obviously this is to show you, you're currently not fast enough for this. In fact, I was thinking about maybe this or next level handing out the speed booster. I want to give it relatively early because it's, well, it's the thing the game's... the audacity for this to just work. It's working a lot worse though. I guess if a speedrunner can get the GGs to them. It doesn't really matter because sliding doesn't make you any faster. But I mean, we can test it. I am admittedly kind of curious. This doesn't need to be any fancy. Can I just... no? Why are you... Godot, please. What the f... why are you scaling? What? How? Where did I press? Nope. Everything is fucked up now. Yeah, even if I... it's fine, I didn't want to save this anyways. Hang on. Now that we know how... now that we can place these, we can probably test this a lot easier here. I can almost guarantee you can't slide over them normally. Or under them, I guess. Wrong turn. Terrain... pretty sure this ain't gonna happen. Yeah. I can't... I actually can't ledge climb here. Wow, shoot. What I'm curious about is... because here's the thing. Yeah. The speed... When you slide with the speed booster, you're faster. Way faster, mind you. Because the slide just perfectly maintains your momentum. So... I think I need a bit more space. Which I can't believe is a problem we have. That but yeah. Bong. I failed again. Hang on 1 sec. So we can test this more than once. Maybe. I've been thinking about a few late game upgrades. Maybe something like the grapple beam. What? You can slide under it. But also sliding under it has other interesting problems. Oh, I know what's happening here. No, you don't understand. I was my collision was wrong. I was still using the slide collision while not sliding anymore. And I wonder why. Actually, I think that's something we can fix relatively quickly. States. Slide. There are cases where we exit into a state without switching. So... I... How do I fall there? I shouldn't be able to fall. Because again, I know how this happens. This is not called. How is it not called? Yeah, but in theory, there should be no way it can exit into a state. But this is not the first time we had like pseudo mixed states. I just don't know how to fix them. So I'm just slapping. And, not and, or... name... slide. There should be a string. If for some reason you're in an animation that is neither slide nor slide end, and I don't know how this could possibly happen. Not here. But if it happens, fix your collision. No. How can it exit to fall? The thing is, in theory, slide cannot enter fall. Like, it cannot enter that animation. The problem is we're in this weird edge case where it can validly enter the ledge grab state. But it shouldn't be able to. And this is where I wish I had a diagram of the state machine, but it's too complex at this point. There's one case where it plays the animation, which shouldn't matter, mind you. Because whenever it plays that animation, it should also disable it. But at this point, no, wrong scene. At this point, I'm grasping for straws. And that's why we're not doing it there. I think I understand now what happens. Uh, so, in this specific case, if the player is colliding... If the player has an extended slide, which we have a variable for, I just... I understand. It's a weird edge case, which shouldn't really cause any issues. I'm currently trying how to best to fix it. The issue is basically it thinks it isn't colliding with anything, so it ends the slide animation. But it thought it had to extend the slide, so it's exactly in this exit condition where it plays the slide end animation without disabling the collision. But because they're falling, they're exiting in a weird way. I might just try and put it at the beginning of fall. Like in enter. So... but to be honest, I couldn't tell you how to fix this. Because it's another case of it. It's an issue that shouldn't happen. Nah, great. Game broken. Yeah. And that's partially because celebrate. What is there to celebrate? Because I'm always excited for celebrating. I think the easiest solution to this is do a double check. Oh. Yeah. I guess I can check if at the end of the slide animation. If not, If not entity ray colliding, we do this. Else, because that's the issue, this ray is colliding again. So we shouldn't stand up yet. Where do I check if we're not on the ground? I never do. This might just do it though, if I just don't do anything when the animation ends. In the extreme edge case that the utility ray is still colliding at that point. No. What? They're jamming. So I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back. I have no idea what's going wrong here. Alrighty. Alright, I forgot about that. So that didn't work. I would assume. The thing is, this is such an odd edge case that I can't even begin to comprehend where everything goes wrong. Like, I understand why it's happening, but it's like... I understand what is happening, but I don't understand how I would possibly fix that. So I'll put it on the to-do list and figure it out later. Because this is not something I should do while I'm tired. To-do... That's a thing we test later. More thoroughly. But what we wanted to test here, namely that he can slide on the... like that he can slide while using the Speedbooster to... The heck? I'm genuinely curious what causes that. Whee! Anyways, now that we figured, now that we for the most part fixed this, with huge emphasis on for the most part. I guess the next big question is, what's next? No. We did not. We didn't fix anything. And I've decided I'll take care of that later. Because I'm currently too tired. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I actually want to test something here. See, that's what I don't understand. It doesn't happen when I do it here, so... I don't know. Next room. Yeah, and I'm probably also screwing it up by jumping because that fixes my collision. So I don't know. I don't know yet. next room. Next room is going to be very fun. Chapter 3. Chapter 1. Level 3. The last room is actually pretty short. I might stretch it out a bit longer, but honestly, it doesn't need much. I guess in chapter 3, like in this level, we want to... Can I save this? Can I save the preset for this? I don't know. No, not the acid lab. Get out, please. Actually, it's my mouse. But, script. Level. Your level ID is C1L3. And that's pretty much all there is to that. 2D. Now we add a child node. Tile map. And we select a... I think I'm pretty sure at this point I can rename the tile set to level 1. To just chapter 1. Because I'm pretty much using it all chapter 1, so... Rename chapter 1. Which doesn't effectively change anything, it just means I don't need to. It's an unnecessary specification considering we know it's... How wide is this in terms of tiles? Can I see this Can I see please how many tiles there are? No? Fine, I'll count. Actually I count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so 30. Ooh, geez, that's actually quite wide. So 30 would be 5, 5. And the same in the other direction. So, dead wide. And that's just going to extend up a bit. I want the player to fall a bit. Ideally with some sort of effect that emphasizes that they're falling. This can be quite tall because we're falling relatively fast. So next I add a child node, specifically area 2D, specifically loading zone Chapter 1, Level 2. With child node, collision shape, we can move that up later if we need to. Rectangle shape, 20 and 30 times 8, which I'm not going to do the maths. You can't make me. Yeah, something like that. Which you get a script. Touch script. Loading zone. Which we know what its script does. We don't need to look into it. Your ID is chapter 1, level 2. Level path is source levels chapter 2. And you need a spawn point. No TD. Spawn point. Which also gets a script. Object spawn point. And that spawn point is also already... It's wonderful. It's already working. So your spawn point is obviously spawn point. Your direction. Do I have a direction for this one? Yes. Your direction is up. Because if you want to get back to where you went, you need to go up. Now we need a limit node. Child node, limit node. Limit. Your limit is from 16 at the bottom to 1000 to the top, I guess. I have no idea. Uh, 500. 500 is probably close. Actually, I can check. I know where the loading zone is. Transform minus 457. What an ugly number. And 30 times 80 is 80 times 3. Eight times 3. I'm tired, I cannot do math. It's 6. No, it's not 16. Is it 16? No. 24. 24. So 240 in both directions. I can math. I think. Somehow I can't. But it's fine. Just 200. Yeah, sure, why not? New. And that should be... that should already be pretty good. Your limit node is obviously limit 1. You shouldn't have the speed booster here, but we're going to change that anyways. That should be good. And now we change your ID to be the right level. You already have the right ID. Why are you not... Why do you... Why... Oh, I know why. Because I actually need to select the level path. So now... If I fail to cross this bridge... I mean, I get why the camera is so high, I guess. But... Which I'm not sure I do. I don't quite understand what happened there. Wrong scene. I guess I'm just landing before the animation even finishes. Which... I wonder if I can cheat with that. This is probably not how the debugger has some issues. Oh, the level doesn't have a spawn point yet. Yeah, you can have one. I guess you can have a spawn point as a treat. Yeah, where was I? I'm cheating. But it's fine because it's my own game. Since it's basically guaranteed that you'll never get up there. Interesting. By me adding that platform, it became aware that I'm up there. Ha. That's peculiar. Hum. What if I just move you up? Let's do the laziest approach possible. We just make this incredibly tall. Yeah, sure, 830, why not? And then we just make a giant pillar here on both sides. Feel like we're approaching the boundaries of what is efficient, but you know. What's your problem? You should have a player. Oh no, because this player doesn't... You have a player, but you don't have a limit yet. That's on me. Because the spawn point was complaining. Oh, we spawned at the bottom because... yeah. Right. Because I've actually written functional code. I understand that the camera cannot catch up with us. I wonder if I just overwrite the velocity of the player when I spawn the player. Player.velocity.y equals 0. Because gravity will quickly fix that. So if you get reset to 0 fall speed, that was promising. Oh, I know what the issue is. Understandable, I know what the issue is. The issue is that I switched up these animations. So I'm just going to fix it the lazy way instead of fixing it the proper way. And the same here. And in theory it should work. The thing is the screen transition happens the wrong way around. The camera cannot keep up with us. Maybe I should reduce the fall again. Just a smidgen. Ah, shit. So... What is it transform now? 580 or minus 580 rather. And I'm going to remove the extra tiles simply to keep it, you know, somewhat optimized. I know this is hardly optimized, but we might as well pretend. I genuinely think the camera might not be able to catch up with us. Do we have terminal velocity? I think we might not have a terminal velocity. What is terminal velocity? What is the terminal velocity of a human? 200 kilometers per hour. Or about 120 miles per hour. So, if gravity is roughly 10... It's 12 times gravity? Roundabout. So, what we're going to do is, in the player, or maybe even in the I mean, I'm not considering realistic gravity, I'm just putting it in perspective to gravity, so like... does the entity handle gravity? I'm not sure. Entity. It does. If velocity dot y bigger or equal, actually just bigger, then gravity times 12. Then velocity dot y equals gravity times 12. Terminal velocity. I'm just curious if we can actually reach terminal velocity. Yeah. I'm really just adding this as a estimate. That's roughly what terminal velocity should. But yeah, I figured this wouldn't give us an accurate result. Let me have it just to see. Because I do kind of want to implement a relatively low terminal velocity. Mainly for such long falls. But I don't think it matters. Like, I genuinely don't think you're going to reach terminal velocity at any point. Which is fine, I guess. But that does mean I need to figure out how I do this with the camera. Yeah. It's especially realistic jumps often just don't feel practical in general. Like, okay, to do the vertical camera catch up. That's a later problem. I agree. Like, there is a point to be had about it, but it's not for the typical game, you know? Well, I'm not sure if I want to continue much further, to be honest. We've already made decent progress. And I'm tired. So I might just call it relatively soon. Depends on how long have we been going. Be a very short stream. Which I'd be fine with, I just... You know. Yeah. Most people don't jump that high. And some games give somewhat of an explanation with like... So, for example, Portal, you have the shoes that, you know, in Portal you have the spring shoe thingies, which dampen your landing. And I could reasonably assume that they also help you jump better. Like, it's not impossible. Samus also, for example, gets the high jump boots and probably... Yeah, I actually, that's actually a thing I wanted to think about before. Actually, let's do that real quick. A sprite. A sprite. I was thinking for a while. I was thinking for a while making a design of this, of the booster without the armor, so I can do it like once you get the speed booster, you get your fully powered armor and everything, to make it like to make it an impactful moment when you get like your fully powered gear and get the speed booster for the first time. Maybe extending the armor also later for more upgrades. Like, there's a lot you can do with that. I'm very uncertain about how I want to design the booster without the suit, because the design is basically made for the suit. And everything that distracts from it would be bad long term. So, did I save somewhere copy of... I made some attempts, but I don't know if I saved them. I made some sketches of, or wanted to make some sketches, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. Very, very simple sketches, like nothing overwhelming. Okay. Sorry, I just got a notification from something that a video has been uploaded. And I'm excited for that video, but I'll take care of that later. Yeah, I've been thinking about how to best, you know, simplify the design, but also like what I can take away from the character, if you get what I mean. I've been thinking about how do I best keep the design somewhat coherent while simplifying it. Making it less about you know, basically taking the suit away, that's it. Because again, I want it to be an impactful moment, so you need to see it. You need to feel the difference. What I'm pretty certain I'm going to remove is the helmet and the boots. Probably the chest piece too, maybe the gloves. Like, everything that's red is very likely to at least going to change. If not being completely changed to a different design. I'm also not at all against changing up the colors. Because obviously with the Metroid... Yeah, the problem with slimming down the silhouette of the feet is that the legs are already pretty slim. But yeah, I agree, taking the armored parts of the leg away. Let me actually just copy this. We don't have to immediately find the solution, by the way. That's the neat part about doing concept art. And that's what I really liked about the concept art lecture I did last semester as well. It very much taught me these sort of techniques where I just throw different designs at the wall. The booster, I don't know. I mean, we have the backstory of a bounty hunter that is totally not Samus is going to blow up the planet, because that's just what happens when bounty hunters visit a planet. And yeah. I still haven't decided on the gender. They might just be non-binary, to be honest. I kind of like the idea of them just being a non-specific entity. uh, but yeah, the helmet is very likely going to go. But I do kind of want to keep the triangle shape of the visor, so I'm low-key thinking if I just give them like triangle shades. But yeah, yeah, very much Proto Man slash Blues. But yeah, the law is currently they're hired, maybe a mercenary, maybe a military person. I don't know. Maybe completely different, like an explorer or something, who was invited into or hired to find the equipment before the hunter can. The legs are very likely going to change. Because the legs are like... I mean, that could be funny. The biggest issue with that is honestly, I need to have some reason why they're at that scrapyard slash shipyard, whatever, where they're at the beginning of the game. So... I mean, that could be fun. Making them just a regular dock worker. This stream just shares one collective brain cell. I think I've got an idea. What I'm thinking is, how about just giving them a regular ass outfit, like some sort of hat. I mean, I want to have them be somewhat serious, somewhat, and high emphasis on the somewhat. Um, but I definitely like the idea of them just not having a clue what's going on. Um, instead of those arm pads, they just have like, I don't know, like a wristwatch or something. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of the character just absolutely losing it. But I do kind of want to have them be under control as well, so like, I'm not sure yet. And instead of that, they're just wearing like a regular tank top or something, I don't know. I mean, true. So... now is the difficult part, coloring this. I have some colors. So, let's just... that's not the colors I copied. There we go. So, like... instead of this visor, they have, like, sunglasses. They're wearing, like, a hat instead of... and... I need to work on those sunglasses. They're currently not working particularly well. Partially because I chose the same color for the cap as the rest. Weirdly, this might actually work. I need... do I have... don't think I have any... no, I don't think I have any skin color right now. Or fitting skin color, I don't know. Ah, figures can call out later. I'll just use one sec. There. I am very tired actually. After I've been doing a lot of getting over it. I need to do it. I got it gifted by a friend. And I still have to do it at some point. Like, there's no way around it. Yeah, I got it gifted for my birthday last year. I really had hoped I would find time at some point. Until I figure out skin color for this character, I'm just using color of the... just to differentiate it more than anything. That sounds like like it's going to be a time. Well, that's not bad. They currently look very robotic, but I think that's just because I don't have a, you know. If it is a robot producing exploration planet, like any other, we'll send it low G, man. Which color do I give them? Part of me wants to stick with this color scheme we already have. Because I think if we stray too much from the color scheme, it's also not great. I need a darker gray. Yeah, I get that. Life be lifey sometimes. I made a mistake. Let's try this again. And they don't have the thing on the back. Yeah, you should probably eat something. I have heard eating is good. Food is like a good thing people should do. But I kinda like where this is going, design-wise. I'm probably going to change up the colors, but... I think I don't even need to work on it anymore. I think I'm committed to this now. I'll pick off the... I'm probably going to... Oh, ads are running. I'm probably going to pick out the colors off stream. Worked it all out. And I don't know when I'm going to finish animating them, because frankly that's still a lot of animations I would need to edit. So, you know, one thing at a time. But yeah. I like where this is going. I might give them hair. I'm not sure yet. I was thinking of giving them a little bit of hair, just to break up the design a bit, add a little bit more to the head. But yeah, I'll take a quick break and then we'll be back. Although I don't know how much more there is to do, to be honest. But we can figure that out afterwards. Hydrate, you say? Luckily I still have some left in my glass. Hydration. I don't know why I said it this way. And notorious for having your hydration check too. Speaking of, did you add a cooldown to it by now? Yeah. I'll probably, for this level, focus on platforming a bit. Probably using the, whatchamacallit, crumbling floor tiles. Maybe making them a bit more lenient. I might use 2 different sprites for them, like edit the sprite for this one at least a little bit to make it clearer which one you're using. But, you know. Should probably also work on background tiles and stuff. And we should figure out slopes. That's actually kinda important. Slopes. Also, we can remove this. We fixed it. I still have no idea what happens in that corner. Let me check the lean. I think it's a lean issue. If action is... I think I understand what's happening there. You're locked in the direction you can go, so you can't go every direction. So I wonder if just disabling the direction lock beforehand might fix that issue. Well, that one was easy. Well, shoot, I didn't expect to be done with this already. Kinda expected that fix for that would take a bit longer. One sec. Yeah, Twitch is... Sometimes Twitch is wonderfully broken and we love it, but also, dear God. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, by the way. Shout out. Take that. Now let's hope Orbit is... Dear God, it worked. Oh no. I didn't expect that. I'll be real, I didn't expect that working. So anyways, I guess I'm out of ideas for what to do now. Sorry by the way that I'm a tiny bit distracted. I'm currently maybe planning to hang out with a friend tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Friday. Which might mean I start stream a little late, but... yeah, we'll figure that out when we get to it. But yeah, I think I'm out of things I can do right now. I mean, there are a lot of things I could do. That's not it. It's just a lot of things that would take time. Because I probably need to think about how I want to proceed here. Plus, I want to kind of figure out slopes first, but slopes are going to take a bit. So, yeah. I'm not awake enough to fix... I can show off very quick what's the problem with slopes. Because there are a lot of problems with slopes. So, this is one issue with slopes. The Speedbooster is actually working correctly, which is, well, working correctly uphill, downhill. Yeah. And the other issue is, if I stand anywhere on the ledge, I'm in the theta animation. Which we should probably implement a sprite or animation for standing on a slope. But that's another issue. Plus, I want to kind of have something what Dread has. In Metroid Dread, if you stand on a slope, or not a slope, if a slope you're trying to stand on has a 45-degree or steeper angle, you slide down that slope instead of standing on it. Which is interesting for two reasons. A, it can lock you out of certain areas, but more importantly, in Dread, if you have the speed booster, you can walk up these slopes. Only if you're speed boosting. A very important speed keep in the speedrun, not speed keep. Actually, it is a speed keep. I think that's speed keep is the correct word. Anyways, a speed keep has like a segment where you walk up a slope, wall jump, speed boost into another slope, or shine spark into another slope to walk up the slope and then wall jump there and etc. It's used for early missiles. I can show it off at some point. I'm luckily somewhat decent at it now. And I need to put very big emphasis on that. It took a while to get there. It's a fun speed keep, but it's also a pain. Early gravity uses a similar trick. But yeah, I think that's it for today. That's a whole nother topic that we are figuring out. Maybe next time. It might be a good thing to figure out next time. Yeah, we did a lot of small progress, but a lot of small progress, which added up to big progress. Which is nice. I like making fixing a lot of small things. Because it means it's not just that it's progress, it's also like, it's so many things I don't need to think about anymore. Which is why I prefer getting a lot of small stuff done over getting one big thing done. Because it's like, those are all things I don't need to think about anymore. That's all stuff from the mental stack gone. But yeah, who is live that we could raid? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm trying to get so much done, because once the big systems all work, making levels is easy. It's going to be pretty quick. Might not be perfect, but like, we can iterate. Yeah, okay, let's rate Huts. Huts 601. Sonic Speedrunner, who's also sometimes doing other speedruns. Like today, he is doing a co-op speedrun with Argig. of Crash Bash, which is a very long speedrun. He's also currently doing a fundraiser for Pride, which he's doing the entire month. Like, he's an amazing person. He has an amazing community, and they're all very supportive and very amazing. So yeah, go check him out. Raid message. Raid message. Anyone got any suggestions? Which awful mobile Sonic game? You mean Sonic 4? That's not a mobile game. It was supposed to be a mobile game, but it wasn't a mobile game in the end. You can buy it on Steam. Yeah. He's also speedrunning another mobile Sonic game, which is actually pretty good. Raid message. Bash that crash, I guess. Nope. Nope, that's better. Of course it's better. You're way too good at this. Bye.